So I think he looks for an immediate reaction from what he said at half-time. If he doesn't see it,
is going to be Patrick Roberts, who had a really bright start upon his return to the starting 11 here at Ashton Gate. Had that,
you know, how he can just change a game one moment. We've seen him do it time and time again. So big call from Chris Davis, and showing a lot of trust in Kyogo, who we know is a goal scorer.
Yeah, still seeking his first championship goal as Cochrane launches the throw-in into the penalty area. Demarai Gray keeps it alive. Leonard looking, and crossing position now for Tomoki Iwata. Kumas really the only one to aim for. He couldn't bring it down at the back stick. It's down the line. Peck goes infield instead. Doyle looks to clip it into Demarai Gray. Now it slipped through for Scott Twine, right-hand side of the box. Twine back onto his left foot, invites Sykes forward on the overlap, who ventures his way to the byline. But he... Patient build-up by Blues, patient but purposeful, and Kumas can drive towards the byline. Low ball in by Lewis Kumas.
That's what he's going to need from Blues.
Kyogo links up with Leonard on the edge of the box, but it's breaks down, make it congested on the edge of the penalty area. Armstrong testing his pace against Iwata. He's lost that race, and then obstructs Iwata from getting the ball clear by well, just piling himself on top of it and taking it into his midriff on the deck. And then Iwata and Mehmeti have come to blows, and then Mehmeti has lashed out the Blues centre midfielder, and amazingly it's going to be a yellow card for both. Whereas I don't know if you agree.
I will always err on the caution of, listen, when it's handbags, and it's got to be something really, really bad for.
It very much was handbags.
Yeah,
but, yes.
But you're right. Listen, in the modern day game, if you raise your hand and catch someone in the face, then there is a conversation to be had, and Mehmeti's certainly done that with Tomoki Iwata. But yeah, the old school in me saying, yeah, just give them a bit of a talking to. I wouldn't have even given them a booking. I'll just talking to with Armstrong, knowing exactly what he was doing by lying on the ball, just trying to.
All outfield players behind the ball as Clara looks at Iwata on the far side. Cross stopped at source, it cannons off on the left-hand side. Faced by two red shirts, smuggles the ball edge of the penalty area. Peck turns it round to Leonard, and Leonard pulls the trigger.
Yeah, and I think that's a recipe for Blues. Move the ball, get the ball into your wide players. Demarai Gray and Kumas now on the... Let them go 1v1. And again, it wasn't clean from Kumas, but the ball ricochets and Blues keep it alive that he's got, and the opportunity he had, he needed to do better, hit the target. But that's as...
Going to try to bend it to that top corner, just off target. Kumas surely is... So resultant free kick, whipped in by Cochrane, nodded away by... Smartly leaves it for Gray, and Gray can whip it in low. Viner was in the way. And between them,
from this angle,
Cochrane, decent delivery. The flick-ons by Leonard towards the 6-yard box, but there was for Tommy Doyle. Long it goes towards the back post. Vitek had a flap at it, infield on his right foot, whips it in swinging towards Clara, who heads back across the penalty area. Kumas on his right foot, teasing ball in. The touch was by Gray, and the flick by Gray just eludes the crossbar and over.
But again, just on the move. We talked about it first half, didn't we? Balls into the...
Down by Viner. He sidesteps Peck, and then is brought down by the retreating Lin. Two red shirts in front of him, so tees up Cochrane to deliver into the penalty area. Free header away is by Borges. Wide it goes to Kumas, left-hand side, onto his right foot, delivers into the penalty area, too close to that far side to Iwata. Gray's made the run in behind Borges down the right-hand side. Gray's ball into the penalty area, flashed across the face, and Kumas.
Iwata getting the ball, and just Demarai Gray making a run just in behind, but again, just with a little bit of intent and a bit of speed. Great ball.
This corner kick, left-hand side, swung in into that pile of bodies. There was a flat bill. Neumann is going to be sacrificed for Marvin Deutsch to come on, but it was a flapping, and Cochrane will reload into the box. Dykes looking to make something of it. It comes out to Demarai Gray, who lofts into the path of Peck.
Have Blues done enough to really get themselves, or be worthy of a point in the second half?
Dykes' flick on, and Kyogo looking to take it into his stride. Dickey did just about enough. Deutsch and Dykes to aim for. In it goes to the penalty area. Flapped away again by Vitek. And there's bodies down in the box. Kyogo is one of them. And the medical staff called on to see to Kyogo and the Bristol City player who's down. It might be Dickey or Atkinson, who put their body in the way. Fall for Demarai Gray. Gray met by Atkinson. Still Gray twisting and turning. Into the penalty area it goes. Kumas beyond Sykes. Kumas brought down by Sykes. No. In it goes from Cochrane. Doesn't beat the first man. And Leonard passes Twine. Runs into the penalty area. Dykes was attacking it, as was Dux. Leonard, right-footed, swung into the penalty area. Mayulu. And Mayulu caught in two minds. Captain as Gray can carry forward and clip towards Christophe Clara, who can't get the right side of. Mayulu looking to be the man presented with that chance, but Pegs and Iwata hangs it up into the penalty area. Clara's header on the edge of the box, brought down. Clara, Kyogo, and his effort hit Dykes, and cannons wide. Oh, and your luck's out for. Well, clipping it to the edge of the penalty area. It's towards Kyogo. Atkinson away. And the referee
asked them more questions and pose them a few more problems, but Blues never really done that. Listen, there was.
What's the answer to that lack of creativity that Blues just can't find? Is that